Has confirmed that last week's presidential election has been won by opposition candidate Hakainde Hichilema. Hichilema took an early lead over his main rival, the incumbent President Edgar Lungu. Lungu has alleged that Thursday's poll was marred by violence in 3 key provinces and wasn't free or fair. And in the final tally, Hichilema secured over 2.8 million votes, while Lungu was in second place with 1.8 million votes out of 7 million registered voters. The massive win meant that Hichilema does not have to contest any second round runoffs after meeting the constitutional 50.1% threshold for an outright winner. The election has been marked by sporadic violence, and Hichilema, a former CEO at an accounting firm before entering politics, will now face a daunting task of turning around the economic fortunes of one of the world's poorest countries. So for more on these elections and the outcome, we speak to SABC's International Editor, Sophie Mokoena. Sophie, good morning. So 6-time lucky it was for Hakainde Hichilema, who has now won the election. Talk to us about this win and, of course, what it means for him and the country.
Well, this was a clear message from the Zambians that Edgar Lungu was not supposed to seek re-election for the 3rd time. As you are aware that towards the elections, there was a controversy where Zambians, some of them, felt that he was not supposed to contest elections because this was going to be the 3rd time he's in office. And we were told then by his party that he will continue to do so. And at the end, the High Court, or the highest court in that country, did give him a green light to contest elections. So it was a clear message from the Zambians that you don't cling to power to the economic challenges facing Zambia, particularly when you look at the copper belt, where many people are unemployed and they've lost jobs, not only because of COVID-19, but generally because of mismanaging the economy of that country. And therefore, Zambians were sending a clear message that they want change and they deserve better.
And as you say, one of the poorest countries now, we have been reporting from time to time on some of the economic challenges and also the rising cost of living in Zambia. But this is the picture, of course, the office that Hichilema walks into. So where does he start, Sophie? How does he start this rebuilding process?
Well, 3 years ago, I did an interview with him in Johannesburg, where he came to South Africa to meet investors and stakeholders, particularly political parties, where he was lobbying the SADC region to ensure that these elections are properly monitored, and also SADC will put pressure on the government to ensure that elections are free and fair. And he spoke about his dream in terms of rebuilding the economy of Zambia. Clearly, he was looking at internal investment, but also foreign direct investment, and believing that SADC can play a prominent role in assisting Zambia to recover from the economic challenges the country is facing. He also was very clear and quite frank and robust on issues that are related to judiciary. And of course, he felt very strong that if he is able to win elections in 2021, and he has just done that, he was going to really strengthen the relations with South Africa, because he believes that South Africa can assist Zambia to recover, or South Africa can indeed strengthen trade relations with Zambia. And of course, Zambia will also do the same with other countries in the SADC region. And it comes at a time where the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement is currently being implemented. And I think as an accountant and also a economist, you will be able to look at the opportunities that are there when you look at the African Continental Free Trade. And I think if he is going to attend a SADC meeting this Wednesday, where high on the agenda leaders, that heads of state and government will be discussing to rebuild the economy of SADC, he will be able to put forward his policy and also perhaps his dream in terms of ensuring that Zambia is in a better position. But quite a very articulate, frank person, easy to interact, and he knew exactly what he wanted.
So just a final question with regard to Edgar Lungu now. And a statement has been issued through the President's office disputing that the election was free and fair. Do you believe, Sophie, that Edgar Lungu will dispute this result?
He has no choice. The Zambians have spoken. When you look at the democratic institutions in that country, they are quite strong. The military was deployed, but they did exercise caution in terms of what they are supposed to do. The Electoral Commission was brave to declare the results. He might go to court, and the hope is that the court in that country that has made a very questionable ruling, and which led to people questioning the independence of the judiciary in that country, will be able to really be independent and rule in terms of what will be presented before them. But also, I think head of state in the SADC region, when he released that statement, he was trying to test waters to check whether there will be a reaction. And I have no doubt behind the scenes that many heads of state in Africa and perhaps around the world, the European Union did just that, did speak to him to say, you have to accept the will of the people. And I saw on Twitter, the spokesperson of the government of Zimbabwe, or the president of Zimbabwe, wrote on Twitter yesterday that President Mnangagwa will attend the inauguration in Zambia, irrespective who wins the elections. And therefore you can see that signs are there that there is just no way. There is just no way. Edgar Lungu must accept the defeat and carry on with whatever he wants to do as a person with legal experts.
Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for that update, Sophie Mokoena, who is SABC's international editor on the latest from Zambia. Quite a high voter turnout, over 70% for that election last week. Well, that's where we're going to leave it there with the news, but let's take a look at our market.